Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome. I think we're gonna get a nice little push up here. But you got Comex in 2 minutes. We'll do a breakdown now. What's up, Ben? What's up, Michael? All right. So we had a break above that 1930 level yesterday. You can see here 1930, all those rejections. So we've had a break above, nice clean retest there. Right at London Open, you started to get a nice push up. So for the day, I'm looking to target potentially 1940. But we may see some pullbacks here earlier in the session. See if something sets up. So a daily candle, obviously nice and bullish. Got a nice bottom wick on the current daily already. So that's looking really good. Bottom wick into 1930, perfect. 4-hour price action is quite clean there as well. So this pullback here, retest of 1930, moving up, filling this clean traffic to the left. So we look like we have targets at about 1938. But like I said, I would like to push to 1940 today. So some trade ideas here. Like I said, we may just get a straight push, but you do have Comex coming out right now, and you got some news at 2:30. Not major news, but you know, could potentially give us a pullback or just give you that straight push all the way to 1940. So my areas of interest here today are around 1931. You'll see the 4-hour support right there. It seems a little bit far for now to get a pullback all that way. So I think that's a little bit unlikely today. But what we could possibly see is still a retest again of 1935. To push up to 1940. So you had resistance here. 5-minute candle closed above. We had a doji, and now we're breaking those highs. So this setup is what I call a biltong setup. And you know, when we have nice volume, this is a very clean idea. But with Comex, was that Comex already? Didn't do too much. But yeah, just be careful with Comex. I'd rather wait for the first 5 minutes of Comex to come and go. Possibly even waiting for the new 30-minute candle. Because if that new 30 could give us a pullback, you know, we got nice clean direction here already. And we can see that when gold is moving bullish, you're not always getting the deepest of pullbacks. Yesterday, very late in the session, you know, we just ended up rallying here. But we may also just range. You know, we've got FOMC tomorrow. So just going to take it slow today. Looking at the DXY here, we can see that we're getting some deeper pullbacks. We've broken back below 105. So we do have a weaker dollar coming into the session, which obviously supports these ideas here for gold wise. There's sort of your next target, 1938.7. What's up, Justin, Andy, Wayne, Cookie? What's up, everybody? Welcome, welcome. How you guys doing? What's up, Ned? Yeah, at this point in time, I would like to see some deeper pullbacks. You know, we'll see what happens there. You might not get that deeper pullback. We have broken, or we've created new highs on the daily candle there. You're not getting a continuation right here at COMEX. So we'll wait and see how the 30-minute candle closes. Quite a hard rejection of the daily highs. So it looks like we may get a deeper pullback here. Yeah, I think while we do that, I'm gonna go make some coffee quick. All good, all good. Put the seatbelts on. We put the seatbelts on tomorrow. If this housing data is negative, because yesterday, wait, let me reload this. Yeah, yesterday all we really had was this housing data here, and that came out negative at 4 o'clock. And you can see how gold basically rallied. You know, that obviously led to a little bit of dollar weakness in the session. Nothing major, but we were at significant highs here, and it was really just a catalyst for us to begin to pull back really. And then obviously the bulls came in on gold, breaks above 1930. Just looking for that continuation to the upside today. Give me 2 minutes, guys. Alright, coffee break. Let's see. The 30-minute candle did close bullish, but with quite a strong wick to the upside. Let's see what that news had to say. So your CAD CPI was up. Okay, building permits was good. This housing starts was bad. So overall mixed numbers. I'm not expecting that to have a major impact, but maybe you get a deeper pullback here. You know, like I say, today we may even range, so there's no rush. That hourly candle looks very ugly. Sells are quite tricky. You know, we basically had a range here between 1934 and 1930. So as you're breaking back into that range or below this structure here, you know, you could potentially see something like this to fill some of this clean traffic, come back down to 1930, and then we just range. But right now for me, that 1935 level is the level in focus. So we have closed on the 30-minute bullish, basically off 1935. You know, if this 30-minute candle now with that news is just grabbing some liquidity and flips back bullish, we could potentially still see that move up. But that's pretty choppy, you know, so maybe waiting for the 4-hour here. Because if your 4-hour can close bullish like this above 35, then we can have that wick fill to target. Okay, so, you know, we basically swept the previous hourly lows here. Failed to push any lower. You are seeing reactions of 1935, you could say as well. Like I say, previous 30-minute basically closed bullish here off of 1935. So, you know, this price action doesn't look great, but what we can see is that a support has been established here off of this 1935 zone. So I do actually like that rejection there from 1935. If this 5-minute candle can close like this and the next 5-minute breaks these highs here, I could look at something like this, but no, I don't think it will close bullish. Yeah, I would have wanted that 5 to close bullish. Nice rejection from the downside. But yeah, just gotta wait a little bit longer. Is that an invite, Ned? Anybody in any trades? Anybody take any trades earlier today? How's it going? You too big for bed, it's fine. I'll sleep on the kitchen counter. Let's see how we react to 35 again. So this previous 5-minute had a very nice rejection. We've wicked back down into 35. If you get a nice reaction there now, and you want to give it a shot, you could possibly get a nice and small stop. Obviously, it gives you a better risk to reward. Yeah, I'm actually going to give it a shot here, guys. Okay, so I'm just going to do a market execution. I'm going to take these bars right here. And then stops will be below those previous lows that were just created from the news at 1934. My entry is 35.78, stop loss at 1934. Okay, so the 5-minute candle close, I would have liked to have seen that 5 closing bullish, but we're still getting rejections of 35. If we break the previous 5-minute low, we could manage the risk there. But overall, I'm going to wait and see how the 15-minute candle closes here. GJ long. Nice. Smashed it. Nice move up this morning on GJ. Yeah, that was GJ through London. Didn't check exactly when it got moving, but it was clean. Yeah, I don't like that. That 1 minute the way it's looking now. Strong bearish. See how the 15 closes. Also had a retest of this Asian high there with the news. So basically a break and retest of that Asian high. Okay, so this 15 minute as it looks is obviously not ideal. We are below 1935 here. You still above this level, but that doesn't look great. So, you could close out now to manage your position. But I'm gonna give it that 3-4 pips, to be honest. Probably gonna get stopped out. Yeah, I'm out. Price is a bit off here from. I think I was taken out by spread. Price came down to 34.14. My stop was at 34. Fuck, but I'm out. So at this point, your next best bet is to probably wait for this 4 hour to close, because we broke those daily highs there with Comex and just before the news, and now you've seen a bit of a rejection there, breaking back below 35, and you're basically in a little bit of a range here now between 33.8 and 36.5. So that range is not really ideal. You know, like I say, there's ideas for a break and retest below here to come and fill this clean traffic. That London Open candle had no bottom wick as well. Always just very interesting. But overall, we are more bullish here. You know, depending on how the 4-hour candle closes, it'll be interesting. But I think that this is looking like we'll start to possibly range before FOMC. 33.2 now stop. Yeah, the stop below this would be alright. Yo, broker did me dirty. It was obviously spread that took me out. I don't know if anybody's still in. Yeah, that was the trade. Yeah, they were 34 flat. On my terminal, yeah, price came down to 34.1415. So I don't know, man. Anyway, your 5 has closed back above 35 there, but very tough. I mean, that previous 15 was very strong, you know. If he's still in, you know, maybe worth holding just based off that 5 closing back above 35 here. Looks like a bit of a fake out. But if you can see rejections or strong bearish candles on the 1 minute, maybe you look at managing your risk there. Oh, you did? No, I'm out, bro. I'm out. We're taken out. Thinking about getting back in, but you know what? At this point in time, it's not really playing out the way I wanted to see. So yeah, there's that sort of 1 minute price action I want to avoid. You know, if we can hold above 35 here, I'll maybe give it a shot. Get back in. Yeah, I got in again here. Feel robbed. So I'll give it a shot with a nice small stop here. I'll just keep it below the lows. Probably same place. Maybe a pip lower. Blown. Fuck's sakes. So I got in a little bit lower than the initial entry. But same targets here, same idea for break even. Break even at these highs at 37.4. Mr. Petty, what's up? Stop hunt. Oh, nah. It is what it is, man. Stop hunt. I don't like the whole stop hunt thing. It happens. It happens. FOMC tomorrow. So there's a 99% chance that they keep rates the same. If they keep rates the same, that's not necessarily going to do much. Then you'll really want to listen closely to the press conference and also read the monetary policy report or the monetary policy statement. Look for clues of future monetary policy actions, such as rate cuts or further rate hikes. Maybe they're looking to hold rates higher for longer. Those sort of things. Those could give you indications. And if you don't really understand the reports, then read through them anyway and take notes. And then have a look at how it's impacting price. And you can then wait for the dust to settle, wait for the interest rate to be released, wait for after the press conference. And if there's cleaner moves afterwards, then maybe you can grab your piece of the pie. Otherwise, coming back the next day is always sensible. Rebels. You definitely want to see the 15 closing bullish. I mean, if it doesn't close bullish, it's right by the stop there. But closing bullish above 35 is going to be a must here. For me, especially because of what happened just now, I would probably manage my risk quite aggressively, or maybe even close out full if we close below 35, because you'll see at that point this 5 minute would be a strong bearish engulfing, and it just wouldn't look great coming into the new 4 hour. You know, if we can have some sort of setup like a fake out of 35 here on the 15 minute coming into the 4 hour, that 4 hour could potentially open up with some volume and we could get that wick pull to the upside. What's 8 hour doing? Oh yeah, 8 hours. It's going to close bullish there. Eight-hour bottom. Oh goodness. Yeah, it is basically. One minute left. We kind of want to see this 1 minute closing something like that. And then, like I say, with the new 4 hour opening up above 1935, if there's a setup on the lower time frames, we could possibly expect that volume to come in early in the new 4 hour and get the wick fill. We might not get the push all the way to 40, but at least the wick fill here or move up to 37 looks decent. Damn it, just not having it. Okay, so 4 hour candle closed nicely above 35 here. 30 minutes was tough, right? 30 minute was pretty tough, and those 30-minute candles are printing side by side as well. Hourly at least closed bullish, and then on the 15 minute we had that fake out of 1915. So what we may see here is a bottom wick even coming down into 1935 for the new 4 hour. And then looking to see if we can obviously break the previous 15-minute high and get that push back up to 37. Nico, what are you on, bro? Huh? Oh, you funny. Nid, what are you on? Some Tongat Ali. I swear that Tongat Ali works wonders. What is the Tonga Ali? It's a test booster, a natural test booster. But who knows? A lot of people are raving on it as of late. I tried it, I don't think it's too bad. But speak to your doctors. Does it actually work? I don't know if it was in my mind, but I noticed that, um, I don't know, I noticed differences within a couple weeks, but the thing is, I had started it while I started a cut, so keep in mind, I was dropping body fat just from the diet at the time. So um, I don't know if it was, partly because of the Tonga Ali or mainly because of the diet. Because diet is the biggest part. When it comes to results in the gym, diet is everything. Kamagra gold tabs. Have you heard of Kamagra jelly? Gives you a lovely pump at the gym. Yeah, so that first five of the new 4 hour did close bearish. Obviously we discussed the possibility of that bottom wick tapping into 35. But let's just be careful here. This current 5 has no bottom wick, but you can see price action is pretty ugly. We would have wanted to see, as we broke back above 35 here, to start pushing back up to these highs. I don't like this. Yeah. Yes, wow, there's a bounce there. So, we may get some pullbacks here on gold from bullish this bullish trend if the dollar is a bit stronger. But I mean, overall, this is still, if you're looking at this structure, we're still holding bearish structure here. You're sort of having a pullback within a higher time frame, deeper pullback. So we could still come up here, see something like that. I wouldn't worry about it too much. Yeah, chat, this doesn't look great. You know, the 5 has no top wick, but you don't really want to anticipate that the 5 is just going to come back and create a top wick. I think if this 5 closes below 35, I'm going to get out. It's a sensible place for the 4 hour to pull back into, being that resistance from Asian session. It's tricky. It's a little bit funky right now. We obviously had quite a steep bottom wick, or steeper than I would have liked to have seen on the new 4 hour, but we are respecting the previous hourly low there. Previous 5 minute had no top wick, so a little bit of funky price action, and then on the 1 minute, yeah, we can see we came into these lows, formed a support. So giving it a second here. It's the last 5 of the 15 as well, and it's the first 15 of the 4 hour. So just setting up here for this new 4 hour, but we do need to be careful here. I don't like that the 5 closed below 35, but 35 is not necessarily being respected directly here. So obviously manage the trade how you feel sensible, but I'm actually happy to see those rejections there at those lows, obviously, but we'll see now how the 15-minute closes. What's up, bloke? How you doing? Volume has shifted from London lately. Yeah, it's been some time. London has been quite slow. I was streaming London, and I got to a point where actually I was only trading gold. So that's why I stopped trading London, because it was just so slow. Yeah, that doesn't look great. Doesn't look great. Making cuck on other streams. What is your profile picture look? Nah. I don't really like that. So what we can see here is, you know, obviously the 5 minute did close below 35 there. And then we had a bit of a push up, but that looks like just a top wick for this 5 minute. There's 2 minutes for the 15-minute candle to close. So you could hold off and wait for that 15 to close, but I don't think it looks great. At this point, I went a little bit low risk on the second position that I added here, so I'm gonna leave my stop where it is. But if you're still in this initial position and you used your original risk, then, with this 15 closing, if it closes bearish, I would just close out some. Obviously, I didn't get an opportunity to manage that initial position. This position, I've gone half risk just to be in here with you guys, since I think most people are still in it if you were in it. Well, I didn't get in just for just, but there were some confirmations to, I guess, get back in. Yeah, okay, so we're breaking the previous hourly low. Still in here about ball here. But yeah, it doesn't look great. I mean, this 15 is about to close. So the next 15 is probably going to open up and take you out there. Yep. Okay, chat. Eepers. 15 open up and ripped. Right, so yeah, you have this clean traffic back down to the lows for the day here, basically. So there's opportunities to move down here. I'm not going to take any more positions here, but for these ideas, like I say, I would have liked to have seen a break and retest there for any sort of sales to fill this traffic here to the left. With FOMC tomorrow, I tried my luck here today. This range did definitely get a little bit tricky. Took those rejections off 35 initially, and basically had a bit of a fake out of 35. Looked alright, but yeah, I knew I was pulling back here. You are pulling back into this area, previous 4-hour resistance, but that is looking choppy on the 30-minute. Maybe waiting for NYC, waiting for something a little bit cleaner. But personally, going to just take it easy for the rest of the session. Any tips for trading gold? Main tip is, if you new trade, make sure you're trading it in the right times. I know London session actually had a very clean move today, so that's not maybe the best example. But Asian session, generally very slow. You can see here, just looking at the 5-minute candles, how slow and choppy these candles were actually compared to even London. And I'm sure that, you know, we'll see a cleaner move at NYC, whether it's um, whichever direction. I'm sure you'll see a cleaner move through NYC, and you'll see the comparison to this sort of price action. So trading it in the right time is extremely important, because if you're taking trades in, you know, these market conditions here, this is very tough to trade. Here again, this is basically, you know, Asian session that day had a cleaner move, but this is a 5 minute as well. Keep that in mind. Maybe we look at a 15. You know, most of these cleaner moves are coming in New York or NYC, after NYC. And then Asian, there's a lot of ranging. Even London session, the last 6 months has ranged a lot. So just trading it in the right time is extremely helpful. The right time being New York session, and you know, I really like after NYC. Too low volume on gold. Yeah. Yeah, this range now is just tough. I think the best bet would to be just staying out of this range between 37 and 34. You know, you can see the price action in here now has just become completely chalked. Just choppy, choppy, choppy. 15-minute candles printing side by side. 30-minute candles, you've got big wicks, small bodies, no clear direction there. This could still be your bottom wick for the 4 hour potentially. You know, this was an interesting zone to come into for the new 4 hour. Looks like you have had a reaction there on the 5 minute. But like I say, gonna be tough taking trades back into this range when the volume has been a little bit lower. Let's say before like 4 o'clock this week, before NYC. I mean, yesterday volume picked up before NYC, but there was no real clear direction. You were just still ranging, I guess. And then the move only happened later. So here, you know, it's very tough in this range. What's a professional trader? Don't know. Someone who trades for a living. Let's have a look at the last FOMC statement here. So I'm not going to go through the whole thing, but it is quite in depth. But like I say, this is something that I think is important to go through and get a brief understanding of what's going on with monetary policy. I don't know if this is it. But you'll see tomorrow on Forex Factory, they will release a statement here in the news. And then you'll see a link here for the Federal Reserve. So like I say, if they keep rates the same, then that statement is really what's going to potentially give you moves. Now, like I say, you might not really understand the lingo that's being spoken in the statement, but read through it. Give it a shot. If there's something you don't understand, do some research. And then overall, just monitor how price is reacting. And, you will gain experience that way. If you want to trade FOMC, wait for the dust to settle. As interest rates are released, you might get a little bit of a whipsaw. The price going up and down, no clear direction just yet. Then through the press conference, things are also sometimes pretty choppy. We're not really seeing the same moves as last year with FOMC. The only way I really see bangers, to be honest, is if this interest rate actually comes out higher than forecast. So if it comes out at 5.75, if they do a surprise rate hike, then you'll see some fireworks. I think with the way they've priced in a 99% chance of the Fed keeping rates the same, I don't know. I don't see a surprise rate hike happening, but it's definitely a possibility. So that's what I'm going to keep an eye out for. And I think if they do keep rates the same, I'll probably give FOMC a skip. If they do a surprise rate hike, then maybe I'll hop on here tomorrow. We can do a stream for FOMC if they do a surprise rate hike. Is it too much of a conflict to only trade GJ in London and only gold in New York? I guess it's what you can handle, right? I think that's fine. I traded both GJ and gold in one session and got away with it. So if you're focusing on one pair in one session and another pair in another session, I think that's okay. Just I don't want to say don't wear yourself out, but as humans, we only have so many good decisions that we can really make in a day. After a certain amount of trades, you start to make poor decisions. That's why over trading is a big issue for a lot of traders, because when you start to overtrade, you start to make mistakes. So that's the other thing with trading 2 sessions, you know, that's just something to keep in mind. But that would be something to keep in mind regardless of if you're trading 2 pairs or not. I think that's fine. But if it's at the end of the day, it's what works for you, right? So is it working? Yes. Cool, keep doing it. If not, no. Maybe one's working, one's not. Then you know which one to focus on. London was good, man, a couple months ago with gold, but market cycles move. Yeah. Shift volume. Yeah, bro. I learned that the hard way. Gotta adapt and sometimes just sit some days, watch the news. Yeah. But that's what I had to do. Since I was just trading gold, um, you know, at one point, well, I started only trading gold, let's say maybe 6 months ago. And while I was trading London, I would notice that the volume and the price action had dramatically worsened. And you know, when you take a step back and say, okay, what do I do about this? You know, that's where you start to adapt and you start to see, okay, what is working? When is gold moving? No, I quite like the routine of now trading in New York. I can get my gym and most of the errands and that I need to do done early. So this is NYC. You've closed still above 1935. You've had quite a steep bottom wick here. Even broke previous 4-hour lows. Your 15-minute close bullish back above 35 and respecting this support. Maybe you start to see that wick fill on the 4-hour. There is a biltong there on the 5-minute. You know, but first couple minutes of NYC, I would wait for the 5-minute to close, and if this 5 closes bullish off 35, you could possibly give it a shot, but this range is still very tough and very ugly. A biltong, sir. it's like your friend's celery play. Yeah, looking at the 30-minute candles, you know, that's probably best to just stay away from this range. Like I say, guys, I'm done for the day, so just gonna sit and watch how NYC plays out, maybe for the next 10 minutes, see if anything does happen. Not to take any trades, but just to, you know, sample size and study NYC open, really. It is a lower volume session here, as we can see, nothing crazy happening. But, you know, just taking note of basically the volume coming in at NYC. Also what direction it comes in. I would think based off of the daily and the 4-hour, previous 4-hour, that you still look decent to move up with the NYC volume, but you may not that may not be the case just because FOMC is tomorrow. Biltongs and Castle Lagers. A summer fruit salad. If the Fed does a surprise rate hike tomorrow, US 30 is going to have a massive sell-off. Massive. This is what most South African traders do. They'll go buy US 30 at 330 at NYC Open. No analysis needed, just click buy. And uppercuts with the castle. Yeah. What's wrong, Nico? Is it a calm to enjoy a beer once in a while? I'm raving. Fuck booze. You know, when it comes to trading, discipline is obviously a complete, it's a foundational aspect of your trading. You need to have good discipline. And I always say that your discipline in your day-to-day life will reflect in your trading as well. And on the topic of booze, you know, you're gonna do stupid things when you drink. You know that it's not good for you. It's not good for your brain. It's not good for your health. Nothing good comes from drinking. It's nice to have something to drink once in a while, whatever. But you know, if you're serious about this trading thing, if there's one thing that I can give you today to think about, is if you drink a lot, if you're going out every weekend, you know, because I know that there's younger guys who still have those lessons to learn. I'm young, but I've been through the motions of that, and I know obviously a lot of people have learned that already. Ned will tell you that as well, that drinking is just bad. So if you're young, if you're still in school or coming out of school, stop fucking drinking and go to the gym. A lot of things will fall together for you, not just trading. Are you serious, Ned? I thought you were just against it because it's like you've seen what it's done to other people. I didn't realize it's done shit to you, bro. So the 30-minute candle coming into NYC, it wasn't telling you a whole lot. It was very tricky, no clear direction really. But we can see now that with the NYC volume, You have filled that wick to the downside. You know, how could you have taken advantage of that? Like I say, I would like to wait for the first 5 minutes of NYC to close. So there you close bearish. And you had already just about filled that wick, so that was tough. I think entries here would have been tough if I were still looking for something, you know. I don't think that's really the move that I would have wanted to see. I still think if I were looking for sells, I would be waiting for a break and retest here. This is just not the optimal market conditions you'd really want to be taking advantage of. So yeah, I just stuck around here to study what is going on with NYC, but as we can see, nothing crazy. I think we'll probably come back down into this range between 34 and 30. And, you know, I don't think we're going to do too much else this session, really. So FOMC tomorrow, guys. I'm not going to be streaming in the afternoon. We're already seeing choppy market conditions here today, the day before FOMC. So I'm not too sure if there's going to be anything amazing tomorrow afternoon, but I'm going away on Thursday. So I'm going to take that time to just prepare, obviously, for my weekend away. And I wish you guys the best of luck. Like I say, maybe we'll stream FOMC in the evening if it's popping off. So stick around, I'll message the Discord. Other than that, take it easy, guys. And if I don't see you tomorrow, then I'll probably only see you next week. Cheers, guys. Take it easy. Thanks.